Welcome, everyone. Let's just start to arrive wherever you've been. Just coming into the present moment now. And allowing yourself just a few moments to move your body, using the body as a gateway to the present moment. If you're moving your body, really feeling each of the movements, maybe going slow. If there's anxiety or like a feeling of quickness in your body, you can do some bilateral stimulation. You can do a little bit of tapping. This is not tapping as the complex practice that has been taught in different wellness webinars, but just, and you can tap fast if there's a feeling in your body of needing to go fast. And then if you're feeling more comfortable with slowness right now, you can tap slowly or you can sway. Just really seeing if you can tune into what your body is needing and wanting right now, and standing up if you want to, kind of in this big cozy chair that is hard to get in and out of, but actually I'm going to do that. Okay. So using the full body if you want to, and maybe coordinating with breath. So on the in breath, we'll raise the arms up as far as it's comfortable for your shoulders. And then on the out breath, the hands move down the body, bending the knees. In breath. And out breath. You're having shoulder stuff going on and you can only go this high or this high, just doing whatever's comfortable in your body today. Shaking out the hands, feeling or imagining that there's an energy bubble around you, an electromagnetic field that your body creates, and kind of imagining what that might feel like or feeling it. Letting your hands go out to that area. Maybe you picture a color around you, around the entire body. And then placing one hand on top of the other at the belly, just below the belly button. Bending your knees and feeling that center of gravity, that power center. Great. Shaking out the body a little bit. And now if you're able to, if this is accessible for your body today, I'm going to show you something that can help calm the body and get both sides of the brain on board, because it's bilateral movements, both sides of the body. So we're going to start like this, and essentially One arm is going to be crossing the body and you're going to hit your knee to the elbow. And you're trying to keep the arm that's back still. Okay. So you're using core strength and you're crossing the body and you're bending your elbow. You don't have to do the same arm as me. You're just, the important thing is that you're crossing the body. So really doing this slowly and paying attention to how it feels. And again, if these exercises aren't accessible for your body right now, imagining your body doing this. There have been plenty of studies that show that if we imagine movements, it's almost like the body is actually doing it. Letting the arms rest, bending your knees, closing your eyes for a moment, and just noticing what's here. And then eyes open or closed, whatever feels best, just shifting your weight so that most of your weight's on one foot and then the other foot. It's very slow shifting of the weight. So you're not picking up the other foot, you're just shifting back and forth from one foot to the next. And you're feeling the bottoms of your feet. Feel the pressure. Feel all 5 toes contacting the ground. Feel the heel and the arch. Feel how your hips move as your weight shifts back and forth. And then coordinating breath. So breathing in as you shift to one foot, deep belly breath. And then breathing out slowly through the mouth as you shift to the other foot. Noticing if you're hunching your shoulders up towards the ears and seeing if you can allow them to drop. Breathing in to one foot. And breathing out as you shift to the other foot. Seeing if your jaw is being held tightly. And see if you can allow the jaw and the face to soften. In a moment, we're going to slowly move into the position that you want to meditate in, whether that's standing, sitting, or lying down. Just for a moment, coming to stillness, knees bent, neck elongated. Just ask the body, what position does it want to be in right now? Ask your own body. Maybe you're at work and you don't have a choice, but if you have choice, seeing what feels most aligned today, seeing what feels most supportive, letting go of, I should do it this way. And then when you're ready, slowly moving towards that meditation posture and seeing if you could stay aware of your body, stay witnessing your body as it moves. So the eyes will be open, but you're not looking around. You're really inwardly focused right now. Focusing on the body, moving towards your meditation spot. Getting yourself nice and comfortable, finding your resting place, your place of greatest ease. No need to do it the hard way. We can do it the easy way. That's okay. And then gently allowing the eyes to close if that's how you're meditating today. If it feels safer to keep them open, better. Allowing the eyes to have a soft gaze. I would encourage you maybe not to look at the computer screen, something that's not moving, maybe a plant, flower, candle, be looking out a window. Or just simply allowing the eyes to close. Adjusting and coming to stillness in this new posture. And noticing now all the different points of contact that you might have that were different from when you were standing. And noticing if your jaw or your mouth tightened up unconsciously as you were moving. If it did, allowing the jaw to soften. And then beginning to notice your breath. Noticing the feeling of the air moving in and out, starting with the tip of the nose, the nostrils, just paying attention to the airflow moving past the nostrils. Noticing if the jaw habitually tightens again and again on the out breath, allowing it to soften. As you breathe, as you notice the breath, this point at the nose being an anchor to the present moment, allowing your awareness to expand almost like a soap bubble expands, and allowing it to expand to include the entirety of your physical body, and allowing the mind consciousness to be connected to the breath, and at the same time be a witness to sensations rising and falling in other parts of the body. So you might be noticing your breath at the nose, and then you feel a coolness on your feet, or a pressure or a tightness in your chest or your throat, or a tingle somewhere in your body. And so the idea is that right now we're using the breath as a present moment anchor, and we're allowing consciousness to be more open and inclusive of the entire body. And then at the same time, your witness awareness is tracking the breath. So it's sort of like going from the breath to a part of the body. Maybe that part of the body has sensation in it, and you stay with it for a while, and then you come back to the breath. So practicing for a bit in this way now. And if the mind wanders into story, um, thoughts, it's not a problem. That's really, really normal. And the practice is to notice the thoughts, to be aware of them, not to fight with them, let them be there, and then come back to the body, come back to the body or the breath or both. Maybe you've noticed that there's a part of the body that might feel tight or in discomfort, Um, so just being aware of that, if that's the case for you today, or maybe that isn't true. But if it is, holding that part of your body in your awareness for a moment, and then noticing a part of the body that feels at ease, that doesn't feel any difficulty right now, that just simply is feeling neutral or at ease. And especially if you're having a challenging part of the body in your awareness, what you can do is you can pendulate or you can go back and forth from a part of the body that's at ease, paying attention to that part of the body, the easeful part, and then just briefly noticing a part of the body that might feel more challenging right now, just touching on it, just being aware of it, and then coming back to the easeful part. The easeful part could also be breath. So it could be a part of the body, or if the breath feels supportive and easeful to you today, you can use the breath as well to go back and forth. So if you are experiencing challenge in the body, noticing that we tend to tighten around areas of pain or discomfort, we tend to clench or resist or tighten. So see if you can touch that part of the body with your hand, see if that feels comforting, or imagining that the breath is being directed to that part of the body. But see if you can allow on the out breath a little bit of softening around any tightness or discomfort. And we're not forcing anything because that never works, but we're breathing into the area, imagining breath supporting, for instance, a shoulder, maybe a hand on the shoulder, and then on the out breath, inviting the muscles in that area to melt like butter, releasing with the out breath. Doing that for several breaths, and then coming back to just the breath, the ease of the breath. Or if the breath doesn't feel easeful to you, then the part of the body that does feel easeful, maybe it's your feet or your hands, some part of the body that feels at ease. So let's practice together in that way for a bit, pendulating back and forth. And if there aren't any uncomfortable parts in your body at all, then just staying with the breath and noticing any body sensations as they move through your awareness. Allowing thoughts, allowing emotions, and then coming back to breath, coming back to body. Releasing any trying, releasing the exercise of pendulation, releasing all of that, just noticing what's here now for you in the entirety of your experience. Everything is welcome. Just noticing what it's like to be you in this moment. Now, allowing yourself to picture this channel of breath or channel of energy. For me, it works best to think of it as breath, but see what works for you. If you're visual, you might picture a color, you might picture sparkliness, you might picture. I myself just feel the breath when I do this. And I imagine a channel that goes from right between my eyes, either right between my eyes or the top of my head. So you can try both. For me, it intuitively feels like the breath is coming from this place between my eyes or like the back of my nose, kind of. And then I imagine that the breath as I breathe in is traveling all the way down to the sacrum. So it's like there's this channel of breath that goes all the way down. And when I breathe in, I feel the breath going from this point between my eyes or the point on top of my head. And I feel the breath or imagine the breath traveling all the way down to my butt, to my sacrum, to the point that if you're sitting up on a chair, it's contacting the chair. So let's just do that. Just see if you can feel the in breath coming in and traveling down that central channel. And then see if you can feel it traveling back up from the butt, up, 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 and through and out through the nose. Or you could picture it coming out between the eyebrows, the third eye, or out the top of the head. So we're just getting a sense of like this breath channel where it's coming in and going down. And then as we breathe out, the breath moves up the body and goes out in one of those places in the head. So just see if you get a sense of the of that channel of breath. There's also a feeling of on the in breath, the breath goes down, but there's also this expansion of the body. So the breath is traveling down to the sacrum and you might feel the expansion at the same time. Tune into just the in breath now. Breath traveling downward from any point in the head that feels right to you, down to the butt or the sacrum, while you feel the expansion of your body. Just pay attention to the in breath for a moment. Now add in your awareness of the out breath. The breath travels from the sacrum, from the butt, up through the central channel and out through the third eye or the top of your head or your nose, wherever it feels like it's coming out to you. With the in breath, we were noticing the expansion. With the out breath, we're noticing the softening of the chest walls, the softening and inward movement of the body with the out breath. Really tuning into expansion and downward movement of the breath with the inhale, and then upward movement and softening with the exhale. Imagining the breath is just traveling down and up this central axis again and again. And when the mind wanders, you see it eventually, you bring it back to the movement of the breath, the expansion and the softening of the body. You feel sensations, you feel emotions in the body. It's not about rejecting anything. You can use your hands, you can use your movement, use whatever you want to comfort yourself if need be. And then tune back into the movement. Tune back into this central channel. So we're going to practice in this way together, and I'm going to be quiet for this last little bit of our meditation so that you can really tune into your own body, your own breath. Tuning in now to your breath. And in a moment, if you'd like to do 3 ohms to complete the meditation, you're welcome to do so. If you don't want to make sound or you're in a place where you can't, just imagining yourself joining in the ohms. And whether you're imagining it or actually experiencing it, feeling the vibration of the ohm as it moves through your body, feeling how it oscillates, how it vibrates the inside of your body. Breathing in. Om. 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 May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere, including our own. Hmm. May you have a beautiful day. I hope you get to look out a window or maybe even poke your head outside if you can and get some sunshine in your eyes.